From your leader in sports coverage in Madison County, it's Sports Night from the Richmond Register Sports Department.
Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by
Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote.
Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.
Well, welcome into Madison County Sports Night Live for Wednesday, October the 12th. Kind of a light night here in the county as the rain comes pouring in, and we don't have any local high school stuff to tell you about from today. This is why we're on at 7:10 in the evening, and Randy's doing the happy dance over there.
Very pleased, very pleased, and very pleased with the rain too.
Yeah, it has needed some rain, that's for sure. So, but we are going to look ahead in just a minute to all three high school football games that are on the schedule for Friday night. Once again, all three teams are at home. Second time this year that's happened. So we'll give you previews of all those, including some video interviews. Do want to pass along a note right at the top, though. 11th Region Boys Soccer semifinals were supposed to be tonight over at Bellevue. Those will be pushed back to tomorrow. Of course, there's no Madison County teams in that. But if anybody was interested in watching that, those games will be pushed back to Thursday. Same teams, same times, just tomorrow night. Now, also tomorrow night, both of our Madison Central and Madison Southern girls soccer teams are in the 11th Region girls semifinals, and that'll be tomorrow night at Dunbar High School. First game up is Madison Central taking on Great Crossing, followed by Madison Southern taking on Lexington Catholic. We'll be up there to give you full coverage of that. So as always, Richmond R Sports on Twitter will keep you updated on both games and let you know from there. But as of tonight, like I said, we didn't have anything tonight. The boys' teams got knocked out, and then it got rained out anyway, so we didn't have anything to talk about from today, but we do have plenty of stuff to talk about with high school football. We'll start off with Madison Central back at home this week to take on the ancient rival from just up the road, George Rogers Clark High School. Really an important district matchup. Madison Central sitting at 6-1, 1-0 in the district. GRC 5-2, 0-1 in the district. GRC was handed a 50-7 loss last week by Bryan Station in their district opener, while Madison Central rolled to a 42-0 win at home over Oldham County in their district opener. So 0-1, 1-0, and with a four-team district, usually getting that second win secures you a first-round home playoff game. So this one is a big one, folks. So the Indians and the Cardinals, 7:30, Tomahawk Valley on Friday night. And here's what Coach Mike Holcomb had to say about the big matchup. Back here at Madison Central High School, Coach Mike Holcomb, as the Indians get ready for another big district matchup at home. This week it's GRC. Thanks for taking the time, Coach. You guys coming off a big win over Oldham to open up district play. Had to be a good feeling, even though I know you had some more injuries, but still 1-0 in the district and moving in the right direction.
Yeah, anytime you get a district win and we got a shutout, our defense played great. Offense, I thought, looked good, smooth. We played well there. Our kicking game was good. So, we bounced back and got a good district win here at home and set us off in the right direction to get into this battle of the district.
Yeah, 2 out of the last 3 games, your defense has pitched a shutout, even though they've had some guys out. Other guys just keep stepping up and keep putting zeros up there.
Yeah, well, that's the key to a team, successful team. Somebody being ready, always being willing to step in, and we've got all kinds of kids that are just a lot of times waiting their opportunity to get out there and make a play. So they have always been able to do that. And that just goes back to show, but we have depth and we have people that can play.
Yeah. This is the second of the 3 district games, so pretty much you win this one, you're pretty much guaranteed at least home games for the first round, maybe more. So obviously these 3 games are the most important ones of the year, and so if you get this one, you're in a pretty good position.
Yeah, there's no doubt they're big. It's for home field playoff advantage, and this year, we cross over to another district. So each district game is important, and that helps your playoff and your seeding in any way. And these, our district has been ranked pretty high all year, so it's a big game, and our kids realize that.
And Clark County and Central played so many years over and over and over again, but Clark County had been playing pretty well, but then the station put it on them last week pretty good. They handed them a big district loss, but kind of what did you see on tape from that game the other night?
Brown Station just played excellent. Clark County is much improved, drastically improved. Coach Cherico and his staff over there have done a great job, and it was just one of those nights that Brown Station just pretty much played flawless. There was a lot of things went their way. They made a lot of great plays. They played real fast, and they just made a lot of big catches and plays, and they forced some turnovers in crucial times, and it sort of snowballed on them. But Brown Station played great, and Clark County battled right up the whole time. So, those games, I'm sure they're just going to wipe that out and get ready for us. You got to have amnesia in this, in athletics. You got to be ready for the next game.
Yeah, GRC's got a really good quarterback in Like Maxwell. I think the kid's thrown almost 100 passes this year, only 1 interception. He also can run the ball too. He's kind of a dual threat guy, but he doesn't cough up that football. I guess that's the most important thing.
Well, that's a big thing in high school football. You got to take care of the football. As long as you take care of it, that's a big key to our success last year. Turnover and takeaway ratio was very high. So those things are big, and he must be making great decisions and doing things real well. So we just have to get out there and battle, and I've got complete confidence in our kids that they're going to come out and make plays and do a great job.
Yeah. Let's give a little attention to somebody who really hasn't gotten much this year, but Pat Morin, your kicker, has been perfect on the year. Hasn't missed a PAT or a field goal, and of course the kid, he moved away, he came back, but at the high school level to have a kicker that's that reliable is a luxury, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, Pat Moore's done a great job, and he just kicks the ball so well, and he's worked super hard, and that was the key. He's just a key. Trent graduated, he stepped right in, and if he can kick, we haven't had to use him yet, but I think down the road the field goals will be very important. And he's kicking the ball in the end zone, and he's punted the ball well for us too, and that's something he didn't do a lot of, but he's helped us punt the ball, and the kicking game. High school you got 3 phases, and the kicking game's a big part of it.
All right, 7:30 Friday night here at Tomahawk Valley, Madison Central and TRC. Thanks, Coach, for seeing in.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, it certainly should be a pretty good test for the Indians. GRC started off 4-0. They lost a game in overtime. And then last week, like I said, Bryan Station got them pretty good. But they have a good quarterback in Like Maxwell. 60 of 97 on the year with 9 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Like Coach said in the video there, doesn't give up the ball very often. He also has 6 rushing touchdowns. Kalen Washington for GRC also with 10 rushing touchdowns. The Cardinals have 24 rushing touchdowns on the season and 1,500 plus yards rushing. So, of course, Central did get some key pieces back last week on their side with Brady Hensley being back in there and Jaden West as well. And Jaden West definitely took advantage of it with a couple of had 2 touchdown receptions and also had a defensive score. Brady Hensley had a touchdown, a couple of touchdown runs for Brock Eads as well, as Madison Central moved to 6-1 on the season. We'll take a quick look at their season statistics. And Hagen Harrison, 52 of 95 passing, 14 touchdowns, 834 yards, but just 4 interceptions. Brock Eads is the leading rusher at 426 yards with 8 touchdowns. And Jaden West with those 11 touchdown receptions. And, of course, he has 2 defensive touchdowns as well, so 13 touchdowns on the season for him. And like we said in the video there, give a little love to the kicker, Pat Morin, 31 of 31 on PATs, 2 of 2 on field goals, perfect on the season in the kicking duties, and that at the high school level, that is something. It's a very it's a luxury to have a kicker that's that good at the high school. Very much, very much. Yeah,
can we talk a little bit about Coach's shades?
Yeah, he was looking cool, wasn't he?
Yeah, I like.
Tuesday morning over there, and, they had a morning practice and went over there to do the IHOP Pancake Block of the Week with Stephanie Mezzarandino. And we usually do the video right afterwards. And yeah, he was looking cool, man. Looking a lot cool.
I think he was throwing a little shade at GRC.
There you go. You know all that hip young lingo, don't you? 7:30 Tomahawk Valley. We'll be out there for the pregame show for our tailgate show. So come on by and say hello. We'll put you on Facebook and all that good stuff.
6:30.
Well, 6:30. The game is 7:30. We'll be on at 6:30.
Right.
That is true. So come on by and say hello. Meanwhile, down in Berea, there'll be 2 games on Friday night down there as well. A very important game for Madison Southern, taking on district rival West Jessamine. Southern at 2-6, 1-2 in the district. West Jessamine at 3-4, 1-1 in the district. This is a 5-team district, so that makes things a little more complicated. But Woodford County and Collins are both 2-0, and Madison Southern and West Jessamine sitting there with 1 district win each right now. So for Madison Southern to try to work their way into a number 2 seed and to play a host to a playoff game, they certainly have to win this game and have a bunch of other things happen to make that possible. But that's all you want to do is make it possible. And it is senior night for the Eagles as they take on West Jessamine. Of course, Madison Southern coming off a 36-0 loss last week to undefeated Woodford County. It looks like a horrible score, but it really wasn't, because it was only 14-0 at the half. Southern had 4 turnovers, and they really were able to contain a pretty good Woodford County offense. Remember, the Yellow Jackets put up 77 on West Jessamine 2 weeks ago. So overall, not a bad performance, especially from the defense, but it was the first time since, I think, 2016 that Madison Southern had been shut out, so the offense did not get anything going. But it's senior night on Friday for the Eagles, and they're hoping it's not their last home game of the year. But to make that a reality, they need to get a win and get some other things to happen. So here's what Coach Mark Payne had to say about the big senior night matchup with West Jessamine. We're here at Madison Southern High School with Coach Mark Payne, our Madison Southern football team. Big senior night matchup on Friday night with West Jessamine. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Like I said, it's a big game for us. Our seniors really taking this one, not taking this one for granted, knowing that could be potentially our last home game of the year. Still kind of up for grabs with the 2, 3, and 4 seed in the district, trying to see where we're going to, play out in that. But they're not taking this one for granted.
Yeah, it was, you guys and West Jessamine both sitting at 1-2. Collins and Woodford are both 2-0. So statistically, there is still a chance you could be the number 2 seed and host a first-round game. But you got to win this one first.
Yeah, we got to win this one, and then some other things got to fall into place. We would have to have Collins lose to Woodford and West Jess, and then it would come down to a 3-way tiebreaker. But like I've told them, we can only control what we can control, and the only thing we need to be focused on right now is winning this Friday.
Yeah, of course, you're coming off a loss to Woodford last week, which on paper, 35-0, it looks a lot worse than it really was, because you guys had 4 turnovers, you guys moved the ball a lot. Woodford hit 3 big plays. It's only 14-0 at the half. Woodford's a team that's really steamrolled a lot of people, and you really hung right with them.
We were very pleased with our kids' effort. We came out and we fought for 4 quarters, maybe in the best 4 quarters of football we had put together on the defensive side of the field. Offensively, we moved the ball. We executed the game plan. We just didn't execute inside the red zone, and then we had, like you said, 4 very costly turnovers.
Yeah, of course, you guys went again with Jackson Chambers last week at quarterback. Right behind you right there, Ethan Woods is also working at quarterback here this week as well. So you said they're competing, and we're just going to kind of see how it plays out for Friday, I guess?
Yeah, right now they're just competing. We've sat down and talked to them both. They know where they stand. They're getting equal reps. They probably share a lot of the reps in the game, and hopefully one of them will, take a hold of it and run with it.
All right. Well, we obviously know who's going to be a quarterback for West Jessamine, Jacob Jones, the son of Pookie Jones, the former UK quarterback. He's having a tremendous year. 20 touchdown passes and 18 touchdown runs. He's kind of the, obviously one of the best offensive threats in 5A in the state.
He's absolutely one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the state. Last time I checked, I think he was actually leading 5A in rushing. He's world-class athlete. If you watch comparable a little bit to Kenyon Gooden that plays at Collins. A little bit different. Jones may have a little bit more speed if he gets the edge, but both of those guys, it's crazy that we had to face both those guys in the district. They're two of the best quarterbacks in the state.
Yeah, really good offense for West Jessamine. They've scored a ton of points, but they've given up a ton of points as well. They've given up, I think, like the 4th or 5th most points of any 5A team in the state. So there's just obviously the potential there for you guys to get your offense going and put some points on the board too.
I hope so, and I think that's kind of what West Jessamine wants. They want to track meet. They want the ball in their offense's hands. So we're just going to try to kind of take the ball out of their offense's hands, see if we can't make the game a little bit shorter with our run game and play solid defense.
Yeah, it was a game a couple weeks ago where the teams combined for over 100 points. West Jessamine and Woodford went 77-35. So,
and I think they had another game this season. Them and Ashland both scored 6 in the 60s, so they can put up bunches of points. So, I'm always said I'm a defensive guy, but the best defense is on a good offense to keep that other offense off the field.
Give us any injury update. Are you guys pretty good, or are you just some late season banged up type injuries and stuff?
We've had some significant injuries this past week, but those were to our freshmen. Heart goes out to some of those guys that their season ended here at the end. Aiden Lilly's still out. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get him back this season, but no new injuries, so we're feeling pretty fresh right now.
All right, well, senior night for the Eagles. Come out and send these guys off right, and hopefully it won't be the last home game of the season, but just in case it is, come on out and show your support and send them off the right way. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
All right, certainly is a big one for the Eagles on Friday night down there. Hopefully not their last home game of the year, but like the coach was explaining there, it's kind of jumbled up, and but all those factors, if you don't win Friday, it doesn't matter. So that's the important thing. And this year they are matched up. KHSAA switched it up again. For the first 2 rounds of the playoff, you don't play inside your district. You go matched up against another district. And the district they're in, if you finish as the 3 or the 4, you're going to have to play Pulaski or Southwestern in the first round, 2 teams that Madison Southern has already lost to. So really want to get that number 2 seed for lots of different reasons. So the other district match up on Friday night is down in Berea with the Pirates playing host to Eminence. And Berea Community has not won a district game in 8 years. October 10th, 2014, when they beat Lynn Camp. That is 31 straight losses. But they have a good chance to break that string on Friday night because Eminence comes in 0-7, 0-1 on the season, and it's a team obviously that actually, if you go back and look at the KHC records, Berea's never beaten Eminence, but those records are kind of incomplete, as we all know. But so that's a good chance for them to get that break that streak and get that first district win in more than 8 years. Berea coming off a 33-9 loss last week in Louisville against Kentucky Country Day. It was a game where the only touchdown they had in the game was on a punt return by Yamel Cruz, a kickoff return by Yamel Cruz, and 135 total yards in that game of offense was all they were able to muster. Of course, Jason Coburn was the quarterback, was 13 of 28 for 96 yards and 1 interception. Yamel Cruz had 39 yards rushing on 16 attempts, and Sean Kett had 6 catches for 44 yards. Cam Thompson recovered a pair of fumbles and had a team best 13 tackles, including 1 for loss. Cruz has been great all year, man. He's had good 12 touchdowns, 10 rushing, 2 on kickoffs, and Sean Kett leads them in catches with 18 and receiving yards at 267 and 3 touchdowns. And let's give a little more love to some kickers. Peyton Jones is 14 of 16 on extra point attempts for the Pirates as well. So the converted soccer player is doing a real good job for Berea. So 7:30 Dewerson Stadium, hoping that the Pirates can pick up that first district win in a long time, 31 games. It's kind of hard to believe, but they've been, the last decade or so, have been in some really, really tough districts. And Eminence is usually a very tough opponent, but this year just kind of down a little bit for whatever reason. So certainly I'm sure that would be much needed victory for Berea, not only to and increase their chances of having a home first round playoff game, and also just to get that big long losing streak. One other note to pass along from today: it became I don't know, say official, but I guess it's closer to being official. But Kennesaw State is going to be leaving the ASUN Conference to join Conference USA, and that creates all kinds of issues for the ASUN going forward. win the football portion of the conference. And I wrote a column about it. It'll be up very shortly if you want to read it at richmondregister.com. But with the departure of Jacksonville State and Kennesaw State, there are now going to be just 4 football playing teams in the ASUN. So moving forward, the ASUN has to either find some more teams or has to combine again with another league like they've done the last 2 years with the WAC to have enough teams to be a conference that has an automatic qualifier to the FCS playoffs. So I'll jump into opinion mode here, and you can read my opinion piece on the website. But this has been a disaster, folks. I mean, the ASUN had never sponsored football before. They went out and took what I'm calling Ted Gumbert's gamble, the commissioner of the ASUN, to form a football league for the first time. You had EKU athletic director Matt Rohn running around saying it was going to be the SEC of the FCS, and it has been anything but that. So not to be too critical, but moving forward, they've got to do something, or EKU is going to have to leave this league or go independent or do something to kind of salvage all this. And, of course, the Colonels are at home this weekend against Sam Houston State, who is a team that is transitioning to the FBS. And, of course, that's really what the Colonels would really like to do, is be in an FBS conference. But as of yet, they haven't found a league that has had enough interest in them to offer them a bid. So there's some football news for you there, and not good news for the ASUN. And like I said, not to be too critical, but the ASUN football experiment has not worked so far, which means it doesn't mean it won't work. They could add some pieces and do some things and make it work in the end. But the commissioner of that league, Ted Gumbert, just recently announced he was leaving. So it was kind of his thing, and now he's walking away from it. So I don't know what that means for the rest of the league. But if you want to check that out at richmondregister.com. But the Colonels are at home 6 o'clock Saturday night against Sam Houston State, who were the 2020 FCS national champions. So that'll be a good litmus test for the 3-2 Colonels as they move forward. So, Randy, 7:30. How about that?
Yes. Can I put this up? Go ahead. Can I do it? Go ahead.
Oh, there it is again. Every time. I just see dirty shoes every time you put that up, man.
I haven't had time, man.
They should have worn. We shoot it again with me having different shoes on. Or something.
We'll shoot it. I'll clean it up. I may put some different color shoes on you or something.
Well, like the clown shoes on me or anything. It's hard to tell.
But you know what? Look at this. Everybody's soles of their feet, they're dirty.
Well,
You know?
I'm out there working, right? I'm pounding the pavement,
Exactly.
right? Bottom of my feet dirty.
Some
right?
people don't get their shoes dirty.
Some people don't come to things, so that's okay. But we do come to things, and we will be at the 11th Region Girls Soccer Tournament semifinals.
Yes, absolutely. That's right.
Well, good gracious there, Randy.
Sorry, somebody getting something out of the ice machine.
There you go. We will be there at Dunbar High School, 6 o'clock, Madison Central versus Great Crossing, 8 o'clock, Madison Southern versus Lexington Catholic. We'll be at Madison Central High School on Friday night. Tailgate show at 6:30 prior to the Madison Central GRC game. I'm going to try to have some other people at the other 2 games, but you know how it is. It's kind of hard, but I'll try to get some other people out there, and we're really hoping we have we had it earlier this year where all 3 teams won on the same weekend, and we'd love to have that happen Friday night. So there you go, folks. That gives you a little preview of all 3 games for tomorrow night and for Friday night, and then we'll be up at the soccer tomorrow, and anything else that crops up, we'll let you know. And if you want to read my little ramblings about the ASUN football, that's at richmondregister.com, and I'm sure some folks at EKU may not want to read it, but that's okay.
It should be interesting.
It is what it is, man. I mean, I don't take any joy in other people's misfortune or whatever. I shouldn't say misfortune. This clearly hasn't worked. And even the other night, I was talking with Vince from the Sports Stove podcast, and he said in his opinion, the ASUN football league is dead. So, but I mean, those 4 teams would have to find someplace else to go and something else to do. So I don't know what that means, but more than likely, if I had to guess, and I say it in the column, that they will likely form a partnership with the Big South Conference. Because the Big South Conference has also been eaten up by defections as well. I think they only have 3 or 4 teams right now at this point. So you'll probably see an ASUN Big South conglomeration kind of thing like we've seen the last 2 years with the WAC, that type of thing. So, of course, EKU folks, the officials over there so badly want to go up to FBS, and they just keep getting passed over. This time it was Kennesaw State. In the past, it's been Coastal Carolina. It's been Jacksonville State. It's been Sam Houston State. It's been James Madison. I mean, they've put themselves out there. They've put a lot of money into upgrades and resources, and just haven't gotten that bid yet. And but they'll keep trying, and I mean, hopefully one day they will get it. So we'll have to see going forward what happens. So it's just made me rambling. So I have plenty of opinions. Just ask me. I'll tell you whatever you want to say. I'm not done. I'm not done. So, all right. Well, we'll get out of here with something. I don't know. I was listening to
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I was listening to Bad Company a while back. Earlier, I was listening to Bad Company, but I was listening to 90s Bad Company, though, not like 80s, 90s
The
Bad
good
Company.
stuff.
Well, the Paul Rogers stuff. Most people know the Paul Rogers stuff from the 70s. And Can't Get Enough, and Bad Company, and Feel Like Making Love. But we're going to go with some 90s Bad Company. We're going to go with 1,000 Miles off the Holy Water album.
Okay, nice. Okay, excellent.
I love the little intro on this.
Yeah, okay.
So, we'll see you all tomorrow. It'll probably be a late show with the soccer up in Lexington. We'll be here afterwards to let you know what happened.
Probably will. All right.
Take
Thanks
care,
for
everybody.
watching.
Hey, little baby, your eyes sure shine when you have
Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.
Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by
Central Kentucky Pressure Washing. Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote.
Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.